Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. I hope you're having a great start to your work week. We're going to hop right into what's happening across the northern UP. We're seeing tornado watches and warnings, and we're actually getting some rotation. So thank you so much for joining me right here at Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. I'm excited to dive in and just show you everything that's happening, guys. Again, I hope you all had a great start to your work week. I'm very concerned about the folks in and along the Upper Peninsula, the northern Ohio Valley, as we are seeing some strong storms. And we talked about this yesterday. Okay, so that's not a surprise here, especially if you had joined us. But now we're seeing tornado warnings issued and we're getting some rotation. And I've been watching this storm cell for the past couple of minutes. In particular, wow, this guy right here, we're going to remove once again our satellite. We're going to go live and just track this for you in real time, dumping really large hail, grapefruit size hail, getting those reports in. And now we're starting to see what we refer to as a QLCS, or a quasi-linear convective system. And we are very concerned about what's happening for these folks here moving across really the Upper Peninsula, but the northern Upper Peninsula, anytime we're talking about areas that have a lot of cold air and then that warm air just infiltrates the region, as you can see here, due to the wind profile. Do you see that strong southerly wind that's moving into Mankato, Rochester? But then you've got that influence of that colder air whipping down from the north, and this is going to fire these guys up. You will very rarely see this in real time, so I really hope you're appreciating this. And remember, if you do want to join us on our Weather Odyssey here at Weather Co-op, where weather meets community, we would love to have you on. Just DM us if you want to be a weather watcher with us, and we're so excited. So let's dig right in. This is an area of interest right here. I was actually looking for a local radar, a satellite, a sweeping radar here. So let's see if I can add that here right now. We're gonna look for something in Minnesota. Okay, let's just see what's happening as we find one of our sweeping radar sites, guys. And remember, the reason we want the sweeping radar is because it's a Doppler radar site, right? It's let's pick up Minneapolis, okay? And it gives us a lot of options as far as how we want to slice and dice a storm system in real time. So this is a tornado warning that has been issued and it's expanding very quickly. I do want to show you some local storm reports as well. And those would, of course, include lots of hail. We just talked about that. And we're just going to go to the storm reports over the last 3 hours. Okay, it's going to be more of what's happening right now. It's more of a nowcast situation. We also have wind gust reports, and look at how that all sweeps eastward as that QLCS continues eastward as well. I'm now going to remove the local storm report because I've got to get back to exactly what we're seeing here as far as these returns and these storm cells. So this area right here in this red, okay, this is our tornado warned area. This is going to be in effect until, until further notice. So this is interesting, and that's because we could see here would be more storms that could, because this is a QLCS, it's like a breeding ground for tornadoes, okay? Once again, I hope you're all having a wonderful day around the rest of the nation. But guys, thank you so much, Carlos Davis, Lisa Morwe, David Keeping It 100, Orit Guillaume. So thank you guys for joining us here at Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. John Funk 5, thank you for joining us once again today. I suppose you wanted to see the updates as far as what was happening with these tornado warned regions, right? So thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go wide here, okay? Well, let's take a look at why this is all happening. We know that we've got a lot to get to, okay? So we're up in the Minnesota northern UP region. You can see there are two areas in particular. Now, this entire region, okay, is impacted by severe storms right now. So we've got from Minnesota to northern Iowa. These storm cells, this storm cell is going to cross state lines, right? And notice how this area here that's tornado warned, do you see how it's at an angle? It's because that's how the QLCS, that line of storms, that's how that's moving. And within it is what we're seeing as far as any embedded features that could give us a really strong opportunity there for a tornado. So you can see in this area, we've got a tornado watch in the canary yellow, and then in that mustard yellow, that's the severe thunderstorm warning. Then over that, as you can see here, there's your tornado warned area. All right. This is gonna be what we're looking at right now. Okay. Do you see where this right around Fairmont, guys? Look at that right there. Do you see how that looks like a kidney bean, if you will? Right. We're gonna watch that area. And I'm only gonna loop it for 1 hour. It's just too much information. TMI, even in weather. If we look at it over the past 3 hours. Okay. So now we're gonna loop this once again. And do you see how this is moving eastward? There's a slant to it. This is a QL. It's very typical of what this is, right? And you see how this little kidney shaped area, it seems to be hooking a little bit. Okay. That's what we're going to watch. Hi, Simeon. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. You know that we've been talking about these severe thunderstorms, and look at what's happening here with this tornado warned area, sending our prayers to those folks in Fairmont, Wells, St. James, those of you in the line of these storms. These are really aggressive storms. You can tell because look at the wind. You see how the winds are tightening? And you see how there's a really strong southerly influence? It means that this air all the way from the Gulf, look at this. Look at what's happening. Okay, so we've got all of this moving in. We have another, excuse me, another tornado watched area here. Wow. Okay, and it's just getting started, guys. So I didn't jump on earlier, didn't see the need to, even though we had those tornado warned watched areas. Didn't see the need to. I saw that this was going to be more of an issue for the second half of the day, in and along the southwest, up and along the southern plains, central plains, northern plains, Great Plains, UP, and just west of the Mississippi. And that's the region we're observing right now. We're seeing lots of flood warnings also issued. Remember, these here in the green would indicate anything flood related. We're seeing flood watches. We're also seeing issues with the Mississippi. So there we've got that flood warning issued. And so this would be moderate flooding is occurring, and moderate flooding is forecasted for the Mississippi River near Greenville until Monday, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo. We're going to be watching this to make sure that we are in a safe situation. Impacts at 55 feet. Practically all areas between levees are flooded. Approximately 50 buildings have water inside them. Water enters Farmers Grain Terminal building north of the Greenville Bridge. Electric power is turned off. So now we're dealing with other issues, okay? Apart from the flooding in and of itself, power is off. To North and South Lake Ferguson Road and Hillman Logan Road. So if you have anybody in this area, please make sure you keep an eye on them, contact them. They might not have good cell service right now. Just because this area is really delicate, they may have had to do stuff with the satellites. We'll have to watch this very closely. Another important piece of information would be at 9 a.m. local time, the stage was 54.3 feet. But what did we just say? At 55 feet, practically all areas between levees are flooded. Okay, so the river is expected to continue a slow fall. Flood stage is 48 feet, and we're at 54 and practically a half, right? Flood history. This crest compares to a previous crest of 54.3 feet. 54 feet 3 inches, right? At on 5/25/2017. Wow. So this is one that has been it's happened in the past, right? But wow, 2017. So that's up. That's going to be of major concern, especially because it's been so long. But I think it's going to be a problem. Listen, I'm saying this right now, guys. I believe we're going to have lots of flood situations, especially over the summer. Okay. So you heard it here first. And once again, our app is out soon enough. And that's going to be one of my bigger focuses. Okay. So we're going to focus on flood concerns and flood warnings well in advance. Okay. That is a big problem. Here we go. Storm cell that we were watching that was crossing state lines. He was in northern Iowa. Now he's just like, I'm beelining it for the path of least resistance and the path that is more conducive to me living, right? Because this is a living organism. This is why it's so cool, right? This is actually a living organism that's got ventilation, it's got updraft, it's got movement. So in this case, we're looking at this QLCS over Fairmont. Okay, so now we're in Minnesota. And I just want you to be aware that this is going to be the storm cell. We're going to get to other stories, right? But right now, I told you yesterday this was going to be my focus today. So if you have friends in Minnesota, please let them know that we are now tracking this quasi-linear convective system, aka QLCS. And I just want you to understand that these are dangerous. These get really rain wrapped. Okay. So you'll have an LP potential for a tornado or an HP, high precip, low, right? Precip. This one right here is dumping a lot of hail, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to wait for rotation, okay? This is the one we're going to watch. It's tight in the impact about a 5.5 to 6, okay? Look at all, you guys have to see this, okay? Look at how big these hail stones are, okay? And now we're just going to watch this to make sure what's happening here. I'm going to add my sweeping radar. I believe we picked the one in Minnesota. Let's see. In Minneapolis, Minnesota. I think we were in Iowa. Now we're going to Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm going to pick a 3D volumetric reflectivity. Happens to be one of my faves. Let's see if we can actually get something here. Let's do velocity. Let's see what we get when we look at velocity, okay? We've got to turn this one on, and I'm going to see what this is giving us, okay? Give it a second. Let's see if we can pick up. Let's turn this radar off, and let's turn our watches off. Okay, so we're a little too far away. So let's see if we find one that's a little bit closer. Okay. It's just not giving us, it's not giving us one that's, so you can see the returns there, the velocity returns, right? But it's not close enough. A lot of times it depends on the tilt, but don't worry, we're going to find one that's really, really great for what we need, okay? Should we try Duluth? Let's try it. Let's try it, okay? I think it's too far, but let's try that. You know, we're going to turn that one on quickly. So we're in Minneapolis. You know, let's add a couple more, okay? We're going to add a couple more in Minnesota. Okay. I'm going to leave the ones in Missouri on right now. Minneapolis. Let me take the one off in Omaha. Okay, let's just do that. We're gonna take that one off right now. We don't need that one right now, although we will need them soon enough. Okay, so we're going back to Duluth. Let's see what we have here. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you guys are absolutely enjoying this live storm tracking that we have going on right here at Weather Co-op. Let's see if we can get this going. I just saw one. Chanhassen. Okay, let's see. Let's see what this gives us. Okay, now we're going to, okay, we have Duluth. We've got Minneapolis. I just saw Chanhassen? What was it called again? Chanhassen? It's like a tongue twister. We're going to see what we're getting here, okay? So the one in Duluth is not giving me what I need. And again, this could be because it's down. There's rotation moving through Nebraska. I think we just said we're going to move off of that Nebraska Doppler radar site. We might have to put that one back on, but this is the area of interest where we have, did you see how this storm cell, how everything is filling in ahead of that storm cell? I need to find one that's a little bit closer. Okay, there might not be one. And that's what happens sometimes when you are dependent on Doppler radar sites. I mean, I think they do a great job, but sometimes we need to find other ones. You know what? Let's move. We have one that's on Lake Charles, Louisiana. There are some storms firing up there, but we don't need those just yet. All right, like that. Nice. Okay. So, guys, I'm a certified meteorologist, certified by the American Meteorological Society, Skyward Storm Spotter, and Weather Recognition Ambassador. I'm also the founder of Weather Co-op, or Weather Meets Community. So we're excited. Should we just get that one up there? Should we just get Nebraska up there right now? I don't think so, but yeah, we're gonna have to just stick with. Let's see who else do we have in Minnesota. Gosh, okay, we're just gonna have to stick with one of these and go for it. Okay. All right. Oh wow. Okay, so now see how this storm is tracking towards the northeast there. From Iowa, look what's happening. It's continuing that way. Let's just pull up our regular radar then, because I can't can't risk not having it. It's hooking. So this right now, we're starting to see a little bit of a hook. Remember, we had a bean shape before. Now we're starting to see right around Fairmont, Truman, towards Mapleton, and Blue Earth. That's a cute name for a town. Northrop, Winnebago, awesome name as well. Amboy, Sherburne, and Tremont. Can I tell you how much I love Minnesota? Like, those are just awesome names. Okay, so let's focus here. This is the storm cell we're looking at, and we're just looking to see if anything is going to hook. Once it hooks, once we see that hook echo, that's when we're just going to dig in. Greetings from Colorado. Listen, Rick Moses, you guys gotta send me some information. I need your awesome insight there. By the way, just so you guys know how much I love sports. Congrats on Aaron Gordon. I've been wanting him on the Celtics for quite a long time. No shame in my game. You guys know I love Indiana Pacers because Reggie Miller is my favorite player of all time. And then you guys know I love the Boston Celtics because my husband is a Celtics fan more than I am. But now, of course, I am now a Celtics fan as well. But my first team, Indiana Pacers. So here's the deal. Congrats. You guys got Aaron Gordon. Man, that was a whopper of a win. What's up? Rudy's the one. Are you watching this storm cell right now? We're getting a little bit of a hook right now. So right around Fairmont, we are hugging close to what's happening in Minnesota. We talked about this yesterday. I don't think you were on, but we missed you. No worries. You're here today. We are seeing that this is a very active situation with that QLCS, aka quasi-linear convective system. These are capable of producing, it's a line of storms capable of producing several tornadoes. Now okay, here we got it. We were patient. See what happens with patience. Speaking of patience, shout out to Shador Sanders. I actually left a note on his page on IG. I was like, you know what? You showed me so much about being patient. Because I thought he was so patient despite what happened. I mean, he was just like, don't worry, the right team's gonna pick me. And I think the Cleveland Browns, it suits him. I think that's a really cool team, like, I don't know, there's something about them. And remember, that was Bill Belichick's first team, right? So I'm happy for him. I think that's a sign of things to come. All right, so here we go. We are looking to see. So we have two. Let's get our regular radar off, right? Okay, let's get our sweeping radar, and we're doing last hour. And one of the things I want to show you is, okay, we have this. I just said it. Chanhassen, Minnesota. And why did I say that like Minnesota? Chanhassen, Minnesota. Okay, now what we're seeing here is that this storm, what we're going to look for right now, I'm going to tell you exactly what we're going to look for. We have our 3D volumetric reflectivity. Okay, notice that this is the product we're using because this is the guy we're watching. He's moving up from Spencer, and let's actually move this at let's go half hour. All right, let's just do a half hour sweep. Boom, boom. Look at that. Okay, we've got our 3D volumetric reflectivity. And the reason you guys know I want that, right, is why? It's because I want to see cloud height. Okay, we want to see what's happening. Here's your reflectivity. Okay. Here is reflectivity with precip type. Okay, so it's a combination, but you guys can see here, we've got a lot of hail. Can you see this right here? Look at what's smack dab in the middle of that. Hail cores. So those are all these storms that are moving right eastward. And you can see the structure of the actual storm with the hail inside of it. And remember, with all of the updraft here, now we're seeing a little bit of divergent wind, which tells me now we're going to start seeing some action. Okay, we could get a microburst. We could get a derecho, likely a microburst. So that's what we're going to watch right now. This storm cell, it is chock full of hail, and it's dropping that hail. And we're getting reports of big hail. I'll show you in one moment, but I do want to leave that on. And now I want to show you storm relative mean velocity. That's also something that's of, I think, urgent understanding. And then, of course, we have our velocity, which, we're looking for the couplet, the famous couplet, where these signatures, they tighten up, and you'll see the color that it turns is black, right? It's like a black hole. And that's going to be like, whoa, there's your couplet. That's what we're going to watch. Here's the potential for that tornado, or at least a funnel cloud. All right. So before this does get there, I'm going to switch our radar back on. I'm going to leave, never mind the fact that I do have my sweeping radar here. Remember, it's coming from KMPX. Smillo 14, thank you for joining us as well. Who else do we have on here? Recruiter 46, Rudy's the one, always on here. Always appreciate it. Rick Moses, always appreciate it. You guys are the best. But Smello 14, you look like you're new, so I'm hoping that you really appreciate it. Dave Velez has joined us here at Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. You guys know he is one of our verified weather watchers, so it's always important to make sure he keeps us in the loop. He's always giving us some information, and if you guys want to be a verified weather watcher, I'm more than happy to help. Rotation in Nebraska. This guy right here. Alrighty, do we see anything that would indicate? No, we're gonna leave this right here. It's rotate. There's some rotation. We'll watch this guy right here. This is a special weather statement. It's gonna have to be something like radar indicated, blah blah blah. You guys have heard this all the time, but I want to show you. The reason I say blah 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 is because you guys should know this by now, right? And if you don't, why? Let me know so I can let you know why. Like, what's up? Because I want you guys to know what this is. Again, I'm here to help you guys verbalize the weather in a wonderful like conversation, if you will, and just keep people like in the know. Adept communication, especially when it comes to weather, is super key. So in this case, strong thunderstorm will impact northeastern, northwestern Boyd County through 5:15 p.m. local time. Doppler indicated tracking a strong thunderstorm 14 miles north of Springview, moving east at 40 miles per hour. This is a stronger storm, a faster storm at least. And you can see it's got some rotation already. Look, I like this extra point that they're bringing up here. If you're outside, go inside. This isn't the yeah. And some people want to take photos. We appreciate it. Now, before we accept any photos here, you guys know we have to have you guys sign a waiver because we've seen some wild situations. Dare I say some networks before that have been careless with their weather watchers, and that's not us around here. We want to make sure you guys are nice and safe. Okay. This is what another line of storms. Look at this from North Platte up through. Let's get that town. O'Neill, Mills. Mills is what we're watching right now. Let me see what Mills. Let's take a quick look at Mills. Okay, Mills, Nebraska. It's an unincorporated rural hamlet in northeastern Cuyahoga County. It lies along local roads northeast of the village of Springview. Okay, elevation is just over 1,900 feet. All right, it's not a big town, but still, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I want people to be safe. I don't care if it's a big town or a small town. All right, we've got weather situation statements here in New England. You guys know I'm from that part of the world originally. I am a New Englander, proud to be. We also have some concerns as far as special weather statements in Iowa, New York. We have some special weather statements that we're also concerned about right now in, let's see, Illinois, another one in Minnesota. The Midwest is going to be a problem. Northern UP is a problem as well. And now let's go back to our regularly scheduled program, which is storm tracking. We're going back to these right here. This is the one over Mills, making sure we're not getting anything other than some rotation, which is fine. You just have to watch it. If you're looking at rotation, you just got to watch it. What signature could we see here that could indicate that we might get a tornado? Okay, we just got to watch it. Right now, we're just going to keep on watching this one right here. This one was a little bit more of interest right here. Okay, look at all the hail. Well, we just showed you, right, what the hail core looked like, because I believe we had, if we go back to that sweeping radar and we pick 3D, with 3D isosurface. Reflectivity with 3D isosurface. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, let's go with precip type. Look what happened here. Hail core. Look at the hail core. It's like following the storm cell, right? Makes sense. This is what we're seeing. The storm cell is moving along and we've got some hail. Okay. Now we're going to go back to our velocity because what are we looking for, guys? We are looking for this to go black upon return, right? Okay, we're going to start looking at this area right here. And let me just go ahead and leave this at now, just for a minute. I'll take it off, okay? Didn't I just say we were looking for this area of black? Huh. All right, let's look at our local storm reports. Nothing yet. We just have not just either, because these are big size hail. Let's see what they are as far as, okay, so just under an inch. Yeah, this is the same hail report there. 2 people reported it. Same thing there. This is thunderstorm wind gust. What did this clock at? 60 miles per hour. Whoa. Okay. 1 inch in diameter in Jackson County, Minnesota. And then, of course, if we go back down to Iowa, we're seeing some really strong wind gusts and some really large hail as well. This is like golf ball size. Yeah, about that. A little bit smaller, but yeah, I don't want to say quarter size. It's a little bit bigger than that. Okay. Tornado reported. Okay, let's see here, guys. We have a tornado reported. Let's see what time this was reported. Well, we have a funnel cloud. Good. That's good enough for me. Good report here. This was reported at 3:15 p.m. local time, and this is our sweeping radar. So just a funnel cloud. And what did I say about this, guys? What's a faux pas around here at Weather Co-op? We don't say a tornado touchdown. As you can see here, there is a funnel cloud that's been reported. If the funnel cloud touches down, it then becomes a tornado. Apart from that, you don't ever say a tornado touchdown. Please don't ever say that. That is just so scientifically incorrect. A funnel cloud that is capable of touching down would then become a tornado. So it looks like there was a report here about an hour ago of a funnel cloud. Okay, so let's go back out now. I got to get to other weather stories. We're seeing lots of rain. We are seeing some flooding as well. Let's see what we have going on over here. Want to make sure we have these all captured. Heavy rain, we just said that, right? Just under 2 inches in accumulation. But the problem is that might not seem a lot to some of you, although it is a lot. Some of you might think like that's not a lot. Well, the problem is like, what was the time frame? You know, sometimes we'll see like yesterday I saw over 5.5 inches per hour in here. We're getting rotation. Here we go. We got to go back over here, guys. We got to go back. This is what we just said. We were tracking these right here, right? This is the area of interest. And this storm cell, let's get the local storm reports off. We need these off. Rotation, we're seeing rotation. And I do believe, let me quickly remove our sweeping radar. We're going to go back to it, I promise. This is what we're looking at, and I'm going to go back to a last 30-minute sweep, okay? All righty. Do we have the potential to get a tornado around here? Remember, this is sitting over this tornado warned area. It doesn't matter. It's saying there's the potential there. We're making sure that there is, if you see anybody in this area, Ceresco, Minnesota, Mapleton, Minnesota, Shelby, Truman, Winnebago, let's go east, Decoria, and whom else? Let's see. Minnesota Lake, Amboy, Pleasant Mound, Nashville. Please, Lyra, please make sure that you are keeping people aware that this line of storms, known as a QLCS, is quite strong and possible producing tornadoes, plural. Okay. Now let's go back up here. We're also seeing this tornado watch that's overlaid by a severe thunderstorm warning. This could very well have a tornado warning issued in a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes. But here we have St. Peter or Cleveland, Minnesota is getting rotation. So this is going to be the area of interest. And look what's happening here. We're getting a divergence of the wind, which is why I'm a little bit more concerned, especially as we see this line of storms progressing eastward here and tapping into this moisture while getting some cooler air as well. All right. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We have another severe thunderstorm warning issued by the National Weather Service here moving through Kansas. We also have all of these areas here with flood alerts. And then this is going to be an area of interest for me. I'm highlighting this one right now, guys. Blowing dust. We talked about this yesterday. Where else are you going to get these updates in real time? We have a blowing dust situation. Yesterday, we had several reports of dust storms. Now, if you've never been in a dust storm, you don't want to be in one. Honestly, it's like fog, but worse because it's like dry daytime, right? So it's just like, what? It's so random. It feels like you're asphyxiated. So just keep that in mind if you have friends. Felon_marble, thank you for joining us. Lady Venice Ricketts, thank you so much for joining us. Marco Diaz Jr. and Andre Mills 9, thank you so much for joining us here at Weather Co-op, where weather meets community, guys. We are definitely rocking and rolling here when it comes to these storm systems. Blowing dust situation, and then this guy right here is actually of interest to me. He's moving towards San Angelo, and look, they just overlaid this with a the severe thunderstorm. Okay, so here, this is an interesting one. So remember, this is the whole area that has the dust storm warning. Now, this is going to be a concern because this is your dust storm warning, and we also have blowing dust. Okay. So two different situations. I know you guys might say, oh, Erica, but why is that of importance? Because let's go to our current conditions quickly. I'm actually going to start off. It's going to go to gray or black on your side over there. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to go before going to, let me go to wind speed. All right. Let's see. I'm going to drag wind speed up. So you're going to see a little bit of black here. Okay. I'm going to establishing how I want to read. So here we have our winds. You're seeing the converging winds and are moving up and across the southern central plains, and then they're beelining it for the Ohio Valley. Well, really, it's more like the Upper Peninsula. All right. Look at these. Look at the wind speeds, sustained wind speeds. I have to correct this. Okay. I don't know why I haven't corrected it yet. So sorry about that. But if I see this one more time, remember, this is not CST, it's CDT. I promise I will get my act together for you guys, and I'll get that for you. Mela Zose, thank you so much for joining us. I don't know if you have any friends or family members in the UP, in the Minnesota, Iowa region. If you have any friends that are moving, that are in the actually plains, central plains, we got problems. We got several storms, and we also have blowing dust warnings and dust storm warnings. Alrighty, we have our wind direction. And now remember, whenever we say, like, so if you look at this, you're seeing north, right, over Denver, W, west over Danbury. Sioux Falls has a westerly wind, while Minneapolis has a southerly wind. Remember, that's the direction from which the wind is coming. That's important for you guys to understand, because then you'll see what type of wind or air mass the profile is. Like, oh, is it a moist, soggy, warm air? What's going on here? All right, so important to note. And then let's look at our current temperatures. All right, we have, let's go to Minneapolis at 70 degrees, Sioux Falls 79, Des Moines 78, Omaha 87, Kansas City 76, Danbury 82, Garden City at 80. Let me just go a little bit closer. I know it's a little messier. Wichita 82, Oklahoma City 79. We have Dallas also in the upper 70s. Styles. So this could be a problem here, especially because this is the area that has the blowing dust warning and the dust storm warning. So we're telling me, okay, these winds are going to start to get a little bit more aggressive. Okay, LA 63, San Diego 64. Redding 79, Salt Lake City in the upper 50s. Okay, haves and have-nots, they have colder air, right? Remember, the area of low pressure was sitting over the Intermountain West, and now it's moving up towards Minnesota. It's crossing in that area, and the frontal boundary is massive. It's like super strong, and it's sweeping across, guys. So it is a serious situation right now that we're seeing as far as active weather looming. And we've got to make sure, another thing I got to make sure of right now is I'm looking to see if we have our station. So our stationary boundary is sitting up and along the Upper Peninsula down through the Ohio Valley. It's like really cutting across Illinois and then down through Kentucky. So it's stationary, which means what? Nothing's really moving right now. Here's your area low pressure. It's like spinning up in Minnesota. And then you've got your frontal boundary that's way back, like way back through, down through, I'd say like Missouri, cutting across like the southeastern portion of Kansas, down through Oklahoma, and then into Texas. Okay, that's the gap that you have there. So that entire region has that warm air and that cold front as it pushes through. It's going to be a friggin' nightmare for people in that area as far as heavy rains, as far as hail is concerned, and other types of severe weather. The Ecological Network joined. Thank you so much for joining us. Wow, I wonder what you have to say regarding the storm systems. I'm always curious to see what people in the environmental sector feel. But we're definitely watching that. And Andy Man 77, thank you so much for watching as well. And we're here and tracking. I'm going right back to our storms, guys. These are of interest, and these are really important right now. Yesterday I showed you guys the air quality report. Do you want to see it right now? I don't know. I think personally, okay, this entire area is now filling into a tornado watch. Did you guys see this in real time? Look at this. What's happening right now? We're still watching this one cell that was like, I'm crossing state lines. I want the path of least resistance. I'm trying to live for another couple of minutes. And he's doing it. He's a smarty pants. Look at this guy. I'm going to go back to just a 1 hour loop right here. So if you have anybody in Iowa, Minnesota, you want to give them the heads up because we're not done. And look what's happening with that outflow boundary. We very well could get a microburst. We talked about that, right? And that's really important to know because we have to make sure that everybody is safe no matter what happens, right? So this looks like we've got some intense downdraft here. Wow. Wow. Okay. So this is moving through Wallingford, Iowa into Minnesota. And what happened here? Let's see. Let's remove our satellite, guys. We all know where there's rain, there's clearly some clouds. I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, we've still got this going, okay? And remember, it's not a 3-hour loop anymore. I've got this at a 30-minute loop because this is the guy we're watching. All right. And let's see what happens when we stop this right now to now. Custom. Let's go to now. This is where he is. We've got some serious, wow, downdraft. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting some serious wind damage in this area. And it is a problem. Like, even though it's not a big, downdrafts are small in scale. Okay. 2 to 3 miles. Oh, we're filling in over here, guys. What's happening? This may very well be discontinued. Remember, this is happening in real time. I hope you guys are all enjoying this and really keeping track with me as to the severe weather situation that's happening up and along the UP area. But we're also tracking a lot of storms across the Central Plains, Southern Plains, and in and along the desert Southwest. So Daco, what is this? Daco Labaman, thank you so much for joining us. Sorry if I butchered your handle. You always tell me how to say it correctly, and I will do that. So Mapleton, we're still seeing this here. They have updated this situation here. We are now seeing that the tornado warning is, let's see, a severe thunderstorm producing tornado was located over Winnebago. We talked about Winnebago, over 20 miles northeast of Fairmont. We talked about Fairmont moving northeast at 16 miles per hour, ping pong sized hail, and they reported a funnel cloud. Flying debris will be dangerous, and those caught without shelter, mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, vehicles will occur. Location impacted: Mapleton, Winnebago, St. Clair, Minnesota Lake. We talked about Amboy, Pemberton, Waldorf, Delavan, Alma City, and Smithsville. We didn't mention Alma City and Smithsville, but they're all in that area. So move into an interior room of the lowest floor of your home. Please don't be outdoors. And if you are watching this or you have a friend who's in a mobile home in this area, please let them know. Okay, you've got to let them know. It's actually kind of your duty to do this. If you know anybody, maybe you have a friend on Facebook or a friend on one of your platforms, just like TikTok, maybe just let them know. We don't stream on TikTok. Not a fan. So personally, I'm just not going to do it. Like, I'm not a fan. I'm very happy with the products that we have here. So it's fine. That makes me happy enough. And we reach a lot of people. And remember, this is going to be all moving through. Ooh, I've got all of my radars going. Yes. I've got all of my Doppler radars going at once. Okay. So here we go. We've got our we've got our warning watch, rather. What is wrong with me? Here we go. We've got our special weather statement, and this would just be a concern here would be blowing dust. We have this. I'm telling you guys, I promise you, stick with me for the summer of 2025 and beyond. We are going to get so much weather. We're going to track so much weather. It's not even funny. Like, there are going to be so many types of weather situations. And actually, I've got to get some upgrades done for my engineers and for my team, which I promise I'd get them that information sooner. I'm probably going to have to hustle soon enough. Let's see. We are going to track lots of weather. Okay, so notice that we're getting all these reports here. Should we be concerned with these? Not just yet. Okay, we're going back up here. We're going right back up to this one. This guy right here. Okay. He's cooling down a bit. Okay, he's cooling down. But still, this one over, was it Estherville? Yeah, Estherville. All right, we're still gonna watch this one right here. Okay, let's just see what we're getting as far as reports go. You see what I let rotation? We knew that, right? We already knew that. We already knew there was some rotation. We already knew that we were seeing some type of adverse situation in the atmosphere. So New Prague or New Prague and Mankato, we talked about that. These were the areas of interest. I'm going to try to put our mm, 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 okay. Let's go back an hour and loop. Okay, we're going to loop this right now. Let's go a little bit wider. Let's go to our sweeping radar. And I'm going to go back to Chanhassen. Good old Chanhassen has been good to us as far as our velocity products go. Here we go. Do you see that? I'm going to remove our radar and I'm just going to have our sweeping radar. Remember, because that has to do with our Doppler sight, okay? See the rotation, what we're looking for? Well, it makes sense. A couple minutes ago, I said we saw it go to black. We're looking for that velocity signature. And it makes sense that they said they saw a funnel cloud. Still, until National Weather Service says anything, we got to just be careful. Now, I believe these local storm reports are not from the past 3 hours. Okay, we're going to go back to the past 3 hours only. All right, it's just too much. I mean, I could stay here all day telling you the reports. Okay, this is the area of interest right here. Look at all of these hail reports that have been issued. I think we looked at this one, right? Was it 0.8? Yeah. Okay, same thing here. Let's remove that. I gather these might be larger. Okay. Here we go. This one right here. Okay. Same thing. Let's see. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit bigger, which is makes sense, right? As this guy, as the updraft continues and it continues to create that coalescence within the storm system, the structure, it's like they just keep on growing. Okay, they keep on growing. So this is a really great indication of what's happening. This is wow. So these storms right here are also of interest. The ones in Nebraska, we talked about those as well. And once again, we've got to go. We've got rotation. We just said that. We just said that this storm cell right here was of interest. Okay, what was the city that we were talking about again? It was like San Angelo. We were down here because we were looking at the dust storm warnings and the blowing dust warnings issued by the National Weather Service. Okay, guys, I'm meteorologist Eric Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. We are, you can always follow us, by the way, and subscribe to our YouTube platform. We're at Weather Co-op, and we're really excited because there's so many wonderful opportunities for us to track this weather together and to make sure that your friends, family, colleagues, and heck, people you don't even like are nice and safe. It doesn't matter, right? It's all about keeping people safe. And I always tell people that, like, if you see something, you've got to say something as far as this weather is concerned. Once again, this area of high pressure, woo, this guy, I think I called this yesterday. I was like, this does not look like 1,026 millibars. I was like, it's kind of in that one, like 1,028 millibar situation. This strong guy. He's a big guy. This is a strong situation here. We have this area of low pressure. Let's go to our future cast to see what we're going to partake in the rest of the week, right? Why not? Let's see that very closely. It'll go to black really quickly, guys. Work with me. And then here we go. And then we'll get this started and we'll push this through. So thank you so much for joining us, to everybody who is joining us. And now let's go ahead and move this through. So area of low pressure, you can see, is moving through the UP. There's your associated frontal boundary. That's just dragging along through Texas. And then everything is just bringing in so much warm air. We'll get this into motion. And let's see. Let's move this ahead a couple of hours through 6 a.m. Tuesday CDT. Lots of rain continues to migrate eastward and then continues through 6 a.m. Wednesday. They're going to get some good amount of rain and perhaps a little bit of a mix up there in the northern plains, the northern intermountain west, and it just escapes maybe northern New England, okay? Also, it looks like the Southern Rockies getting a little bit of a precip there, some changeover as well. And then we very well could be tracking this area right here come Wednesday. And then let's get this continuing through Thursday morning at 6 a.m. And what are we seeing here? A ton of rain. Look at that right there. Lots of rain moving through the Midwest. Well, really, Mississippi Valley, Ohio Valley. Okay. That low, let's take a look at that low. He's going to eject from the central plains. Okay. So this will be by Wednesday. Yeah, late Tuesday, Wednesday, early morning hours, Wednesday. And he's gonna. Well, the low is really up in Canada, right? He's gonna continue to drag down. Looks like there's a little surface low here that's gonna continue, and then we have the dragging of the cold air across. Right, this is just a slow moving system. Okay, but at least you know what's gonna happen for the next couple of days. And in fact, let's see if we can see this here. Go back a little bit. We were just in, weren't we? Let's see if we can take a look at what's happening over in Southern California. I'm going to do something else here quickly. I'm going to go to a different model solution on one of my other computers quickly. It's 3 o'clock. All right, guys, let's see numerical models. Let's take a look here. See, I hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. I really hope you guys are appreciating this and making sure that your friends and family, everybody's safe. Just give people the insight, okay? Just let them know what could be happening here, okay? This is what we're going to be watching later in the week, okay, for Southern California and, of course, for the rest of the nation. Now, let's just go ahead and move through what we're seeing here as far as this concern for strong storms. Now, I like this. We showed you this yesterday. I thought this was a really wonderful graphic, and we're going to continue. It really does follow that line that we just showed you on the Futurecast there. And the transparency is all that matters here at Weather Co-op. And you can see that this continues through day 3. And we're not done yet. Now, is the risk of severe thunderstorms as high? No, it's more widespread, if you will. But also, what do we say? We said the southern plains, right? It's going to continue to move. That's where we're going to see that bulk of the weather, severe weather. So I just want you guys to see that this is what you can expect over the next couple of days. I want to also show you our air quality issue, and makes sense, right? Where we're seeing that blowing dust and the windstorm potential. But hey, all in all, nobody has great air quality right now. You know, when they say it's going to be unhealthy for some, I'm like, dude, this is unhealthy for everybody. Okay, let's just keep this super transparent. And we are seeing Marley Real Estate. Hi, Marley. That's my beautiful cousin, Marley. You guys should follow. I would love for you guys to follow my cousin, Marley. Love her to pieces. She's my baby cousin. Makes me look like the baby, though she's so tall and gorgeous. She is a wonderful real estate agent in South Florida. So if you guys are looking for a home there or to rent or to buy, please contact my beautiful cousin, Marley Real Estate. Okay. We keep it in the family as far as like the marketing situation goes. I'm kidding. No, we don't. All right, guys, we're back. We're back to our training. Okay, so here we go. We're watching these right here. Oh my gosh, that just go into like freaking microscopic view here. All right, we're going back here. Let's go back to our tornado watched area, tornado warned area. Notice how it's migrating eastward, right? Because once again, we said here's your QLCS or quasi-linear convective system. And it really is a hodgepodge of storms just like battling it out. You're like, just like, get out of my way. I'm trying to I'm trying to survive here and really capitalize off of this weather situation, which includes the southerly influence. We talked about the potential for a microburst, and we said that there was a report of a funnel, possibly. Now, listen, it was reported, okay, that there was the potential for a funnel cloud. That's all it means, all right? We just watch it very closely. I wanted to see what our sweeping radar said here. We'll take that off there, and let's look at our storm reports for the past 3 hours only. You guys know I don't want to go too far back there. And then we're going to go to our local storm report, and we're going to go back to Chanhassen, Minnesota. All right. It's been good to us. And then I'm going to go out a little bit. Let's see if I can get this sliced up for you guys. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go back here. All righty. Whoa, look at that. 3D volumetric. Let's see. Yep. Oh, wow. Storms. Wow. The top of clouds are just over 60,000 feet. No surprise to me. Look at this. Can you see? This is, oh, dang on. Darn it. Hang on. I got so excited. I was like, oh my God, look at this. Okay, so here's your QLCS, right? That's running across Iowa into, where's my handy dandy hand? Okay, do you see it? It's crossing Spencer, Emmitsburg, Esterville, State Line, Fairmont, Mankato, and then towards Minneapolis. So if you have friends and family in Minneapolis, please let them know. Do you see here that if I slice this now, I'm going to go, where's slice this puppy right now? I'm going to show you guys this. Oh, darn it. Give it a second. We go back, okay? I'm going to go flat again. I'm going to go give you this view, all right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to slice it again. Let me remove the local store reports as well. It's just too much on one screen. Okay, let's see. Okay, now I'm going to just move this way. Oh, come on then. Yeah, let's see here. Do you see this? So you get the rotation, right? You can see all the precip. You can see the structure of the storms. You can see the hail core. Are we not playing? Okay, we're playing now, right? Yeah. And then I want to give you a cloud height quickly. So let me go back to this. I'm going to go back to this tilt, right? Wow, look at this. So there's your, and then can you see that those are all these storms that are embedded? We're getting rotation. We're also getting some large hail. And then this is the area of interest here. I'm going to try this one more time. Let's see what we have here. Okay, let's just try this one more time. I'm gonna go I'm gonna kind of include most of Minnesota right now. Let's see if it does this for me. We need some cloud height there, all right? Let's see. I can get my cloud height. Looks like it's over 60,000 feet, right? I'm trying to get something a little bit clearer. Okay, and can you see where the cloud tops are and where we are getting the rotation? Makes sense because the taller the cloud top, that's where you're getting the highest potential for the tornado, right? So, well, apart from that, there are other ingredients, but these just seem to be more ripe. And you can see that there's an embedded series of storms in this quasi-linear convective system. And I keep referencing that because it's different from if we just were like, oh, it's one single rogue cell. For example, there's one down here. Okay, I'm gonna go to this really quickly. Okay. There was one down here somewhere in Texas. Yeah, this guy, he's just like a solo act, you know, he's like Beyonce. He's like, I'm doing my own thing, guys. I don't need you guys. I'm going to go ahead and keep on feeding off of what's happening here with this warm air, this warm, moist, juicy air. And, you know, that's what we're looking at there. So really, let's see. Let me just give my cousin a shout out at Marley. Sorry, guys. Got to give my cousin a shout out. Okay. All right. So we've been going for how long? Have we been tracking? Quite a while, it seems. Yeah, we've been tracking for about an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this quickly, and I will, of course, load these for you all and keep you guys nice and safe. Remember, we have critical fire weather situations as well. So not only does Kansas have this tornado watch, I don't think I can leave this just yet. We also have concerns for critical fire weather. And then as we continue northward, Nebraska into the Dakotas, this is firing up just as we timed out yesterday. We knew this was going to be a problem. We knew it. Okay. We knew it. This was going to be a problem. All right. Let's see if we can get it once again. I'm going to try to bring this puppy down. Let's see if this does that. Not doing it. Now I'm going to go switch off this quickly and come right back to it. Current wind profile. Let's go back to Minnesota. So Minneapolis, you're at 17. Des Moines, 24. Let's see, 27 for Odessa, 18 for Amarillo, Oklahoma City, Dallas, Little Rock, 16, Houston, 21. Who else? We have Green Bay at 19, Sioux Falls at 19, Chicago at 20. And I do believe there's a special weather statement issued in Illinois, somewhere in Illinois. So let's go back to look at that quickly. We're going to remove a couple of items we just don't need right now. And then let's just see what reports we get as far as local storm reports issued or that have been reported so far over the past 3 hours only. Over the past 3 hours only. Super important here. What we're seeing, and it's mainly hail. We said that. So we're just going to watch this guy right here. This is the one that's of interest to me right now. Let me remove our local storm reports once again. How long have we been going? For 54 minutes, 33 seconds. Okay, we're going to stop at, we're at 60. We're just going to, and then I got to slice and dice these and put these up for you guys. Alrighty, let's see what we have here. Okay, so notice how the tornado watched area is now expanding. It's expanding westward. We're seeing special weather statement. I gather it's going to be for these guys down here. Do you see these? Okay, so these are moving across Nebraska, and they're like, we're going to continue northeastward, guys. Like, follow me. This is another line of storms here, but then there's just one rogue storm right here. It's just a solo act as well. So this one here is going to be of interest as well. But wow, these are it's a really hot, firing up kind of day for you guys. But we knew this, and now we're just going to make sure that we are checking our work and we're keeping people nice and safe here at Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. Let's take off our local storm reports. We just don't need them. We need to see what's happening here. So now we're going into Wisconsin, which we knew was going to happen. Tornado watch. We're firing up big time. Guys, I think we're going to see a tornado pretty soon, okay? Pretty sure of that. So let's go ahead and put on our sweeping radar. Let's take off our regular radar. Let's just get our sweeping radar right now. Let's pick up Minneapolis, okay? So TMSP, that's the radar site. And let's see what we have here as far as the opportunity for our menu. TMSP, should we pick that one? Let's see. Let's see if we can get our velocity. Okay, that's going to be important. Let's pick up our velocity product here. And we're going to go ahead and see. Yeah, okay. So this is, so Mankato, you're still watching these. And now can you see this is why you're with us live. All right, come on. Seriously, you're not getting this anywhere else. This is why you're with us live. Now we're seeing this fill in, moving northeastward across Minnesota and into Wisconsin. This is the area of interest. If you have friends, family in this area of Minnesota, please let them know. We're now looking for a potential to see a tornado. Okay, we're going to start looking for these couplets. This is really important now. So we've got Faribault, Waterville, Kenyon. That's very important. So a couple of things I'm going to look at right now. Give me a second, guys. All right. So let's see. We're going to be looking for what's happening over. Hey, Northfield. I to Northfield and Herman, way in New England, nowhere. Which is why not. Waterville, Faribault. This is going to just continue northeastward. All right, guys. So it's going to be this line of storms right here. I'm trying to see if Castle Rock. We're going to see here what's happening as far as any potential tornadoes. Let me go back to Chanhassen, Minnesota. All right, I'm going to hit this one quickly with the velocity, and let's see what this gives us. Because we did see a signature earlier, and we did see that there was a report of a funnel cloud, and that's just to be expected, especially because of what we have going, moving northeastward, right? We've got all that. We actually saw what looked like a micro burst, right, or a downburst. It looked like there was something there that was really impacting the area as far as those, as far as the sinking air, right? Like that, it drops, like it pretty much just comes down. Law of gravity, right? Like, so it just comes right back down. And this is what we're looking at here in Wells, in Mankato, or really it's Mapleton. Mapleton's been having a problem for the past about half hour or so, okay? And now we're seeing Faribault, Waterville. You guys have an issue here. And let's see what other signatures we get on radar, okay? Hooks. Let me remove our sweeping radar quickly. Yeah, you know, I'm not seeing anything other than hail here. We're going to watch this very closely, but you know, yeah, if I'm chasing, I'd be in this area, but I don't know. Like, I'm just not seeing the threat. Okay, let's see here. Let's look at what's happening here. I want to show you guys a tornado in real time as we see the signature, the vortex signature, which, by the way, yeah, we are on velocity right now. Okay. This one very well could hook. I don't think so. Let's keep an eye on this area over here, okay? This is the region we're going to watch very closely. Once again, guys, I'm meteorologist Eric Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. I hope you're all having a great day. If you have any weather questions, please feel free to drop them in any one of the comments. I actually missed a bunch of comments yesterday, I want to say. Okay, we do. We have some questions in the chat. Okay, there's somebody who's asking me a ton of questions in Spanish. Okay, wait. On both. Okay, Dave Velez, thank you so much. Let's see. Mira, háblame de las condiciones del tiempo en Puerto Rico, porque Puerto Rico lo que debe hacer es que ya empiecen las ondas tropicales de África para el mes de mayo y todo el mundo dice llegan los. Yeah, that's right. So he's talking about how the short waves, how the waves are going to be ejecting off of the coast of Africa, and of course, everybody in the Caribbean is always worried about it. And it's worth keeping an eye on right now. Let's see, estimado de Jara de Puerto Rico han caído 5 pulgadas de lluvia por estimados del Servicio Nacional de Meteorología. Which, by the way, I'm going to tell you, Puerto Rico has a phenomenal team of meteorologists, atmospheric science. I don't think we get enough love when it comes to that, but there are several. Puerto Rico, it's a very interesting place. I think it's perhaps generational, like we want to get out of the stigma that I think is, unfortunately follows us as Puerto Ricans. Some of us think that we're. I'm half Mexican and half Puerto Rican, so I think I can speak for both. But I think a lot of times we're so trying to escape the stigma that we have as like whether we're just like we need green cards to get here. We don't, we're territory. But it's so interesting that I find that there's so many meteorologists, atmospheric scientists, engineers, mathematicians in Puerto Rico. We're so heavily science heavy, STEM heavy. So I think that he's just really interested. It seems to me that there's a guy who is asking a bunch of questions about Puerto Rico because he's concerned about hurricane season, and rightfully so, guys. I am telling you, this is going to be one for the books. If you thought last hurricane season was bad, hold my beer because it's going to be even worse this season. And I think a lot of it is going to be apart just from hurricanes. We're going to have several concerns with flooding as well. And I just want to make sure everybody's nice and safe. So we're going to get this for you, which actually reminds me, guys, I got to hustle. I got to get going because I've got to get my engineers some information. Sunny Gupta, I got to get him some info. Pradeep, I got to get you guys some really awesome info, and I got to do some upgrade. Would I like to stay on this storm here, potential tornado? Let's just do a quick looky-loo to see what I'm seeing. I might just have to sign off quickly. Let's see here. Our storm reports over the last 3 hours. Go into this to see it's closer. Hey guys, thank you for watching this with me. Holy smokes. I went way too close. Like, oh my god, this is like, is it Pegasus? Like way too close to the sun. I'm like inside the storm right now. Okay. I don't. The rotation is fine. I'm not. I know. Don't think I'm not appreciating the fact that we're definitely getting some other issues like microbursts, of course. But I'm seeing hail as being the predominant issue, and of course, flooding. Don't forget, guys, though, we also have other issues that we're thinking of right now. Sending our prayers for those who might be impacted by any fire weather because we have critical fire weather concerns. And we also have blowing dust and dust storm warnings issued by the National Weather Service for this area right here. Now, if this is, let's see what this guy says right here. Okay, let's give us. If it is non-thunderstorm wind gusts, yikes, I don't like that. Okay, I'll tell you why I don't like that. Because if we already have Harold's Vikings 1970, whoo, thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Smith 81, Ask for Greg, thank you so much for joining us as well. Weather Co-op, okay, that was me. I sent myself a note and I'm like, shout out Weather Co-op, shout out to Weather Co-op. I just had to shout out my cousin. Ramon Diaz 585, thank you so much for joining us here at Weather Co-op. Guys, this is alarming to me as far as having a non-thunderstorm wind gust that clocked at 74 freaking miles per hour. Are you guys watching this with me? 74 mile per hour wind gust, non-thunderstorm related, in an area that has a dust storm warning and blowing dust warning. Okay, so we've got a lot. Do you remember? I want to say it was 2 or 3 years ago. I believe it was in Montana. Let me Google that quickly. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Blah, 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 yeah, it was in 2022. 21 vehicle pileup in Montana killed 6 people. Okay? 21 car pileup due to a dust storm and or blowing dust. Killed 6 people in Montana. I thought it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was correct. But I wasn't sure exactly when it happened. And I'm just looking now, and it was on July 16th, 2022. Okay. So you guys might think, oh, we're just tracking, and then we have all this flood warning. And remember, we have the Mississippi right now. It's above flood stage. Yikes, look what's happening here in Jacksonville. Look at all of these popcorn like showers. Like these are some popcorn storms right now piling up. Still not seeing any this rotation. I believe it's that same storm. This guy just won't give up. And then that severe thunderstorm warning is now moving and growing, essentially just expanding eastward. And I'm going to go in a little bit closer. And then I got to sign off. I've been on for an hour. Well, an hour and 10 minutes about. Let's see here. Yeah. Cylon. Wow. Elmore. Blue Earth again. Such a pretty name. I wonder what, let's see, Blue Earth, Minnesota. I'm curious. Blue Earth, Minnesota. Oh, it's so pretty. Population, 3,163. It's in Faribault County. Oh, this is super cute. Yeah, they've got their severe thunderstorm warnings issued. Wow, what a really cute city. Oh, shout out to everybody in Blue Earth. I hope you guys are okay. I love your community. It's very pretty. I've never seen it before, but I really hope you are all safe here. Guys, remember, make sure you keep your friends and family safe. Winnebago, no, Winnebago, you guys are in the line of storms. Faribault, was it? Oh, McPherson. Oh, yikes. All of you guys. Freedom, Minnesota Lake. Otisco, Waterville, Medford. A lot of storms happening right now, and the potential for rotation. God, this is a really sad situation. But I'm doing my best to make sure everybody's like in the know, and you guys keep your friends and family nice and safe. All right. Once again, I'm meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. Be sure to join us and subscribe on our YouTube page at Weather Co-op. And be sure to join us on all of our lives. And if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. And very quickly, to chequeame en Puerto Rico, quiero ver si está lloviendo fuerte. Okay, this guy wants me to do another quick. He's kind of, what's his name? Let me see his handle. Okay, man. He's concerned. I mean, I don't blame him. You know, we're looking at the tropical wave. Yeah, flooding. Thank you so much for caring about the Caribbean. I think so many people like DR, Haiti, Cuba. We just had, wow. So we got storm reports here issued over the past couple of hours. So I'll do a quick look at that, guys. I'll give this gentleman. Or gal, I'm so sorry, I'm not clear. Person, how about that? Human. I'll give you guys an update very quickly. So here we do have flooding. Okay, so flooding to Rosa Torres Street. Let's see. Sabana Grande, Puerto Rico. Okay, so near the Rio Flores River in Sabana Grande. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for me right now. I'm meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, and I really hope you enjoyed this update for you guys. We're going to go ahead and just keep this running live once again as I sign off here. And you guys can always send us a message and always DM us and just, get some more information. All right, guys, have a great one.